My name is Emma. I am 26 years old. I live in a small house with my mom. Our life is simple, it is quiet, but it is full of love. Every day I go to work. Every day I come home. And every day my mom waits for me. She always waits. She always makes soup. She always puts 2 plates on the table. She always says, "Welcome home, Emma." It is always the same, and I always love it. After dinner, we sit in the living room. My mom makes hot tea for both of us. She puts my tea on the small wooden table. She keeps her tea close to her. We drink tea, we watch TV, the same soft TV shows, the same quiet sound, the same warm light. We do not need many words. Sometimes we just sit in silence. Sometimes we just look at each other and smile. I tell her about my day. I tell her about my work, about my friends, about the funny things that happen. She listens. She always listens. She nods. She smiles. She says, "That's nice, Emma." Every night feels the same. Every night feels safe. My mom is my best friend. She is my home. She is not just my mother. She is my comfort. She is my calm. She is my everything. I always think she will be here forever. I never think about losing her. I never think about life without her. She is my mom. She is always here. She will always be here. Our house is small, but it is warm. The kitchen smells like soup. The living room smells like tea. Her chair is near the window. My chair is near the TV. We sit, we drink, we talk, we laugh. Every night she says, "Good night, Emma, sleep well." I always say, "Good night, Mom, I love you." She always says, "I love you too." I hear her small steps. I hear the door of her room close. I hear the soft sound of her slippers. These sounds are part of my life. I never think they can stop. I never think one day they will be gone. On Sundays, we go to the park. We walk slowly. She likes to watch the birds. She likes to sit on the same bench. She always brings bread for the birds. We sit, we watch, we smile to say, "Mom, you always feed the birds." She says, "Yes, they wait for me." The birds wait for her. I wait for her. She is the center of my small world. Sometimes I come home late. I send her a message. "Don't wait for me." But when I come home, I always see her sitting at the table waiting. She says, "I just wanted to make sure you are safe." I laugh. I say, "Mom, I am not a child." She smiles. She says, "You will always be my child." I feel warm. I feel safe. I feel loved. I think she will always be here. Life feels soft. Life feels slow. Life feels good. We do not have much, but we have each other. We have soup. We have tea. We have Sunday walks. We have quiet nights. We have our little home. We have our little world. Every day is the same. Every night is the same. And I love it. I never think about change. I never think about endings. I never think about goodbyes because I believe my mom will always wait for me because I believe she will always say, "Good night, Emma. I love you." Because I believe she will always be here, but life does not ask. Life does not wait. I did not know. I did not see. I thought we had forever, but forever is not always long. It was a normal morning. I woke up late. I was in a hurry. I drank coffee too fast. I could not finish my breakfast. My mom said, "Emma, sit down, eat something." I said, "I can't, Mom. I'm late." She smiled. She said, "Okay, be careful." I grabbed my bag. I kissed her cheek quickly. I said, "Bye, Mom." She said, "Bye, Emma. See you tonight." I left. I did not look back. I did not know it was the last time. The day at work was busy. I answered emails. I went to meetings. I worked and worked. I forgot to send her a message. I always send her a message, but that day I forgot. In the afternoon, my phone rang. It was a number I did not know. Answered. I heard a voice. Hey, hello, are you Emma? Your mother is at the hospital. My heart stopped. I said, what happened? The voice said, your mother collapsed. It was sudden. You need to come now. Happen. I could not move. I could not think. I dropped everything. I ran out. I ran to the street. I took the first taxi I saw. I said, please, fast, take me to the hospital. The ride felt slow. The city felt slow. My heart felt too fast. I whispered, please, Mom, please wait for me. When I arrived, the nurse looked at me. Her face told me everything. I said, where's my mom? She said, I'm sorry, she is gone. I said, no, she is waiting for me. She said she will wait. The nurse shook her head. I'm sorry. I could not breathe. I could not stand. I sat on the cold floor. I said, I saw her this morning. I said, bye. She said, see you tomorrow. But there was no tonight. There was no next time. I saw her body. I touched her hand. It was cold. I said, Mom, I'm here. I'm here now. But she did not answer. I said, please wake up. I forgot to send you a message today. I forgot to tell you I love you today. But she was gone. She is gone. She is really gone. The funeral was quiet. My family was there. My friends were there. But I was not really there. I heard people talk. I heard people cry. But I felt nothing. It was like a dream. It was like I was watching someone else's life. The priest spoke. People prayed. I looked at her photo. I looked at her flowers. I looked at the empty space. No more soup. No more tea. No more good nights. No more walks. No more Sunday parks. No more waiting at the table. No more messages. No more mom. Said these words in my head again and again. No more mom. I sat in the chair. I looked at the floor. I could not cry. I could not cry. I could not speak. I could not move. I felt like I was not real. The house felt wrong. The chair near the window was empty. The kitchen was too quiet. The air was too cold. I touched her teacup. It was still on the table. I smelled her scarf. It still smelled like her. But she was gone. She is gone. She is really gone. I walked to her room. I touched her pillow. I sat on her bed. I waited to hear her steps. But there was only silence. The silence was loud. The silence was heavy. I whispered, Mom, please, just one more night. Just one more dinner. Just one more goodbye. But silence answered me. The house was not a home without her. The nights were not nights without her. It was not me without her. She is gone. She is really gone. And I did not say goodbye. I came home alone. The house was the same, but it was not the same. The chair near the window was still there. The teacup was still there. Her slippers were still there, but she was not there. The house was too quiet. Too quiet. I walked to the kitchen. I opened the cupboard. I took 2 cups, like always. I made tea, like always. I placed 1 cup on her side of the table, like always, but she did not come. I sat at the table. I looked at her chair. I waited. I waited for the door to open. I waited to hear her steps. I waited to hear her soft voice. Welcome home, Emma. But only silence answered me. The silence was not soft. The silence was loud. The silence was sharp. The room was big. The silence was bigger. I whispered, Mom, can you hear me? Mom, are you there? But no one answered. I drank my tea. I touched her empty cup. It was cold. I left the cup there. I did not move it. I did not want to move it. Every night I did the same. I made 2 cups of tea. I sat at the same table. I looked at the same chair, but no one came. I still sent her messages. Mom, I'm home. Mom, I'm eating now. Mom, I'm going to sleep. I knew she would not answer. But I still sent the messages. Wanted to believe she could see them. At night, I lay on my bed. I could not sleep. I listened to the clock tick, tick. I listened to the wind outside. It knocked on the window. It pushed the trees. It moved the night. But my room did not move. It stayed still. It stayed empty. I missed her voice. I missed her hands. I missed her tea. I missed her small talks. I missed the way she fixed my coat. She always said, "Your button is loose." I missed the way she made soup. She always said, "Drink it while it's hot." I missed the way she said good night. She always said, "Sleep well, Emma." I missed her voice. I missed her hands. I missed her tea. I closed my eyes. I saw her cooking. I saw her laughing. I saw her waiting for me. So I whispered, "Mom, can you hear me? Mom, are you there?" I waited, but the room was too big. The silence was too big. The house was full of her, but she was not here. I touched her sweater. It still smelled like her. I sat on her bed. I still heard her voice in my head. "Emma, don't forget your umbrella. Emma, come home early. Emma, eat something warm." Her voice lived inside me, but her hands did not. Her tea did not. Her hugs did not. I missed her every night. I walked around the house. I touched her things. I opened her drawers. I sat in her chair. I wore her sweater. I wanted to feel close to her, but I still felt far. The first nights were long. The nights were heavy. I lay on my bed. I turned to the wall. I turned to the door. I turned to the pillow, but nothing helped. I whispered, "Mom, can you hear me? Mom, are you there?" Asked again. I asked every night. Sometimes I thought I heard her. A soft sound, a soft step, a soft breath. But it was just the wind, just the clock, just me. The house felt too quiet. The world felt too quiet. My heart felt too quiet. No more soup, no more tea, no more good nights, no more mom. I whispered, "Mom, can you hear me? Mom, are you there?" But the silence stayed. I missed her voice. I missed her hands. I missed her tea. I missed her, missed her, missed her every night. I tried to go back to work. I tried to sit at my desk. I tried to answer emails. I tried to smile at people. But every time I smiled, I felt like I was lying. I met my friends. I drank coffee with them. I listened to their stories, but my head was somewhere else. I thought about my mom. I thought about her chair. I thought about her tea. I thought about her hands. I thought about her. I missed her. Or I missed her when I worked. I missed her when I walked. I missed her when I sat with my friends. I missed her in every place. I missed her in every moment. One evening, I cleaned the house. I opened a small drawer. Inside, I found a box, a small box. It was full of memories. There were old letters. There were photos. There was a scarf. There was a small, soft sweater. I sat on the floor. I touched each thing. The letters had her handwriting. The photos had her smile. The sweater had her smell. I closed my eyes. I held the sweater close. I felt warm, but I also felt sad. I whispered, "Mom, can you hear me? Mom, are you there?" Mm. I touched the letters. I read her old words. She wrote, "I love you, Emma. You are my joy. You are my heart." Her words were still here, her love was still here. That night, I took a notebook, I wrote a letter to her. "Hi, Mom. I went to work today. It was hard. I made tea, I made soup, I sat in your chair. I miss you." The next night, I wrote again, "Hi, Mom. I went to the park. The birds are still there. I sat on our bench. I brought bread for them. They ate it. I miss you." I wrote to her every night. I told her everything, the big things, the small things, the sad things, the happy things. I wrote and wrote. It helped me breathe. It helped me stand. It helped me feel close to her. I knew she could not read the letters, but I still wrote because maybe somehow she could hear me. One day I tried to cook her soup. The first time it was not good. The second time it was better. The third time it tasted like hers. I smiled, I cried. I made tea the way she used to make it. So I sat at the table, I put her cup in front of me. I said, "Your tea is ready, Mom." I could not see her, but I could feel her. I could feel her in the soup. I could feel her in the tea. I could feel her in the soft wind. I could feel her in my heart. I whispered, "Love does not leave, love stays." I missed her, but I was okay. I cried, but I stood. I felt pain, but I lived. I missed her hands, but I cooked. I miss her voice, but I talked. I missed her hugs, but I held myself. I missed her, but I was okay. I cried, but I stood. I felt pain, but I lived. Every night I wrote to her. Every night I made tea. Every night I talked to her in my letters. I could not hear her, but I believed she listened. I could not see her, but I believed she stayed. Love does not leave, love stays. Some nights I still touched her sweater. Some nights I still sat in her chair. Some nights I still whispered, "Mom, can you hear me? Mom, are you there?" But I did not wait for an answer. I did not need an answer because I could feel her in the tea, in the soup, in the letters, in the quiet nights. She was here. She was part of me. She is part of me. Love does not leave, love stays. I miss her, but I am okay. I cry, but I stand. I feel pain, but I live. I still miss her. I know I always will, but now I know how to carry the missing. I know how to live with it. Every morning, I wake up, I make tea, I sit at the table, I look at her chair. I still see her there. I talk to her in my head. I say, "Good morning, Mom." She does not answer, but I feel her. Every night before I go to sleep, I whisper, "Good night, Mom, I miss you." I say it every night. Every night I miss her. Every night I remember her. Every night I talk to her. Every night I say goodnight. Some nights the house feels heavy. Some nights the silence feels big. Some nights the missing feels too much, but I will stay. I breathe. I write. I remember. I still walk in the park. I still sit on our bench. I still feed the birds. I watch them eat. I smile. I say, "Mom, they are still waiting for you." The wind touches my face. The sun touches my skin. And I think maybe that is her. Maybe that is my mom saying, "I am here." I walk slowly. I listen to the trees. I watch the sky. I remember our walks. I remember her hands. I remember her laugh. Every step I take, I feel her with me. Some days I still cry. Some days I still feel weak. Some days I still ask, "Mom, can you hear me? Mom, are you there?" But I know now she is not gone. She is here in my steps, in my soup, in my tea, in my words. She is here. Love does not leave, love stays. I miss her. but I am okay. I cry, but I stand. I feel pain, but I live. I miss her, but I move. I miss her, but I grow. The missing is part of me now. It does not break me, it walks with me. Walks with me to work. It walks with me to the park. It sits with me at the table. It stays with me on quiet nights. Missing is heavy sometimes, but it is also soft because inside the missing, there is love. Every night I miss her. Every night I remember her. Every night I say good night. I talk to her like before. I tell her about my day. I tell her about the birds. I told her about the tea. I told her about the soup. I tell her I miss her. Um, I tell her I am okay. I tell her I am still living. I cannot see her, but I can feel her. I cannot hear her, but I can feel her. Some nights, I think maybe she is still sitting with me. Maybe she still drinks tea with me. Maybe she still walks with me in the park. I like to believe that. I like to believe that love stays. I like to believe that she is still near. Every night, I miss my mom. Every night, I still say goodnight to her. And I know in some way she says goodnight to me too.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.